this girl may be growing up learning to use a language that's different from the one you grew up learning. But does she go through the same stages in order to get from simple language utterances all the way up through complex sentences? Is it the same regardless of culture, regardless of language? How do we create sentences? At what point do sentences come out of a human being instead of just these utterances of single words that you would hear in an infant? Well, by the time we get to toddler years, you're going to hear two-word sentences, what's called telegraphic speech, kind of like shorthand, kind of like little bursts of two words that's supposed to convey a meaning and often does a pretty good job with just those two words. You hear a toddler say, "more juice." You know exactly what that toddler is intending to mean and to say. Does very well with two words. That telegraphic speech seems to cut through all the sophistication that us grown-ups have about prepositions and pronouns and all that. Just boom, more juice. There we go. I know what you want. Yes, you made it very clear. By the time children reach the preschool years, 3, 4, 5, they're speaking in whole sentences. So, creating sentences, wow, it doesn't take long. They can do it. They can do it, you know, even a 3, 4-year-old can speak in whole sentences. However, are their sentences going to sound always correct in terms of our language rules, our syntax rules? And the answer is no. One of the reasons, one of the biggest reasons we hear in young children, we hear what we call mistakes, is what's known as over-regularization, where the child applies the regular rule when there should be application of an exception to the rule. Simple example, last night we goed to a movie. It follows the regular way we put things in past tense, right? We put an ED, we go to a movie. It works, it makes sense. To a child, I applied the rule because I know how to make past tense now. I applied the rule, why are you looking at me like that? Why are you correcting me? And the thing is that you will hear these kinds of over-regularization utterances coming out of children, not just 3, 4, 5-year-olds. You'll even still hear it in 6-year-olds, and sometimes in 7, maybe even 8-year-olds. It takes time to get those nuances in our language to kick in and be regular, normal speaking for humans. And maybe, I don't know, somebody can correct me, but maybe English is especially susceptible to this because we have so many exceptions to so many of the rules that maybe over-regularization is a much longer process for English speakers. Wouldn't that be a kick, right? So do a little extra research. Maybe you can find the answer to my question. You can pop me an answer sometime. Find out. Find out, do other languages have problems with over-regularization, for instance? How do other languages develop in terms of going from single to two words to whole sentences? See what you can learn about that. It could be very, very fascinating kind of little search for you.